And in the red corner, returning after a month of not posting, coming in at 5'11" on a good day with shoes on, 165 pounds after a nice meal, he's the fighting pride of Aurora, Colorado, Nasty Nate. Right? That was probably way too much. Hi guys, welcome the hell back to another episode of Talking Tommy Rot. I know it's been a while since I've posted. I'm getting back here, you know. Just a big deal because Marvel just went to San Diego Comic-Con and they dropped a whole shitload of information on us. So you know I got to break that down. You know it got me excited, and you know I got to talk some Tommy Rot about it. But please, of course. I don't know if you do follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you know that I got some new stickers. And I got a bunch of new stickers. And they were designed by my guy, Mr. Jace Oreo at Oreo Designs. He designs my stickers, my logo for the show. He does all the artwork. He's like an all-around design guy. He is literally amazing. He can do websites. He can do whatever you want. Give him a shout. Give him a check out. Check him out on Instagram at Oreo Designs, O-R-I-O Designs on Instagram. He does everything, like I said. And then, of course, while you're there, check out my Instagram, at GarzaNate, or search the hashtag TalkingTommyRot. You'll find me there. I think I'm going to just switch things up from now on, guys. You know, I haven't been posting a lot because I've been doing a lot of school. I got a new position at work that just, I still work from home, but I'm doing a lot more hands-on stuff. So just been taking a lot of my time up. I still want to continue to do the podcast. I really do I love doing the podcast and doing this like long form kind of discussion, whether it be with guests or myself or whatever, just getting shit off my chest. It feels good. But I kind of want to get back to my Vine style of making videos. So that might be coming a bit more to the Instagram, and YouTube might not be for those videos. I kind of want to keep them shorter in length, but you know, the channel might see some changes. I'm going to keep up on the podcast, but I think I want to do something a bit different creatively that might take a bit of time for me to actually flesh out and figure out what I want to do. But thank you guys for sticking with me, for subscribing, for listening to the podcast, for following me on Instagram, for whatever you do. I really appreciate it. But yeah, there's a quick update of where I'm at. Just getting some schooling done, working hard, and it's taken up a lot of my time. But guys, this weekend, holy shit. Okay, Marvel just ran train on Comic-Con, okay, on San Diego Comic-Con International. Ran train. All right. Vulgar. That's a vulgar term. I don't care. They went hard. Okay. Comic-Con has been kind of losing steam lately. People have been dropping out. The past couple of years at San Diego Comic-Con, the announcements haven't been particularly huge compared to like the years before, like the 2010, you know, when the Avengers started to come out and stuff like that. But I have noticed that people are starting to pull out. Like there was a lot of studios that, like the Game of Thrones guys, they fucking pulled out like 2 days before, which is, I mean, they had a shitty season, so they don't want to go see all the fans after the shittiest season of like TV ever. But a lot of people are just pulling out, and a lot of people aren't doing their biggest announcements at the Comic-Con anymore. But Marvel really just used that time to shine because they knew pretty much nobody else was doing anything, and they just decided this is where we're gonna make the big announcement. And basically Saturday night, the last panel at Hall H for Comic-Con of 2019 was Marvel's panel, Marvel Studios, and they came in and they announced 10 projects for the next 2 years up until the end of 2021, I think is the slate that we got. So the beginning of Marvel Phase 4, 10 projects, 5 movies, I believe, 5 shows. This is really like just crazy. This is unprecedented. Like no other studio has that amount of work that they're putting out in 2 years that people are actually going to watch. Like that's not all of Disney, you know, that's just Marvel's work, just putting out 10 projects in 2 years. It's just incredible. I mean, like why are Warner Brothers and like DC, like why are they in business still? What are they doing? They have all of these characters, and they continue to just get made fun of. Like, I mean, it's almost a joke at this point how DC is just not stepping up to the plate. Marvel, of course, and just by the way, this is a quick snippet. Avengers Endgame won this weekend. It's officially beat Avatar. It is the #1 grossing movie of all time. So Marvel is king. That is a fact. But they just continue to do things better, and they've been doing things better for the past 10 years, and people and other studios still aren't learning. Like, I know people don't want to play copycat, but at some point you gotta do something, because I can't tell you but 3 movies that are coming out from DC in the next 5 years. And literally, I can't tell you but 3 movies that are coming out in the next 5 years. And Marvel just announced 10 things for the next 2 years, including TV shows for the new streaming service. Come on. You guys, you gotta play hardball. You know, you gotta play hardball. Kevin Feige, the king, the master, Kevin Feige went out on stage and he was like, "Hey, you guys feeling good about everything? You feeling good after Avengers Endgame? Are you feeling good after Spider-Man Far From Home? Are you feeling good? Good, because I'm about to get you so erect that you might have to go to the hospital." He probably sent people to the hospital with how erect they got after watching that panel. God damn, it wasn't even 2 hours long. I don't even think the full thing was 2 hours long, and they announced 10 projects. All right, guys. I mean, I guess we just better dive the fuck in. Let me pull it up here. There are 10 projects announced. I've said that about 700 times. And I'm just gonna go through them chronologically, basically when they're coming out, what's it about, what's the movie, and what I'm excited about, because this is amazing. I mean, I'm looking at the slate now. It is just it's really cool, and what's really different is there's no Iron Man movie. There's Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but there's no Captain America. There is one Thor, but it's going to be very, very different from the rest. There's no Avengers movie. It just seems a lot different from the previous phases. So, the first movie of Phase 4 in May of 2020, it looks like May 1st of 2020, Black Widow. Black Widow is getting her own solo movie. I know that's confusing as shit, because in Endgame, we obviously just watched her sacrifice herself for the Soul Stone, and she is going to be back in this one. Just a little bit of background. This movie is apparently taking place after Civil War, in between Civil War and Infinity War in the year of 2016. So this is pre-Snap, pre-Avengers Endgame, pre-any of that. It will also take place in like some flashbacks I've heard of her past, of Black Widow's past and her training. David Harbour, my boy Hopper from Stranger Things, he is cast as Alexei, which is really strange because that's the character who he really liked in Stranger Things. I thought that was just hilarious. Smirnoff, but he's playing Alexei, who's also the Red Guardian, who's kind of also Russia's answer to Captain America in the comics. He's like kind of their super soldier experiment, if you will. And it's going to be taking place in Budapest, Hungary. It's going to be taking place in Russia. Not much more is known other than Taskmaster is the villain. I'm not sure exactly who is playing Taskmaster, if it's one of the people who is affiliated with her, or one of these other characters. Maybe David Harbour is eventually going to be the Taskmaster. I don't know. But that's basically all we got right now. Is it's going to be set in 2016. It is coming out in May of 2020. That will be the next release that we get from Marvel. After this little dry spell after Far From Home, we have to go all the way to May, which is kind of a long time without a Marvel movie. It's the longest we've gone in a while, but that's next. Then they're going to switch it up. They're not doing movies after that. They're going to go onto their Disney Plus channel, which is starting to stream this November, actually. But basically in fall of next year, in fall of 2020, they will be releasing 6 to 8 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, this will be starring Anthony Mackie. It will be Sebastian Stan. They're both coming back to reprise their roles as Winter Soldier, as the Falcon. Not much is known beyond that. I've heard some rumors that John Cena might be playing the U.S. agent, which is kind of a play on Captain America as well. but he's way more controlled by the government. That he's hunting down the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Not a lot is known. They haven't even started shooting yet, but that is coming out in fall of 2020, and that will be coming to the Disney Plus streaming service channel. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, that Disney Plus shit is going to make me jizz in my fucking pants, dog. That shit's going to be like, oh, they're going to put every Disney movie ever made on there. And then they're going to have all the Marvel movies, and then all the Star Wars movies, and then all the everything else that they just bought from Fox. Like, just... Netflix is going to go out of business probably soon. Nah, they're not. But they might. I mean, the only reason I watch Netflix now is Stranger Things. I don't even rewatch The Office. Like, I'll just turn on YouTube videos. Like, I just watch Stranger Things. So if I have to pay $11 a month for that, I might. But let's move on. So basically what it looks like from this slate is that they're going to be going their movie show, kind of is basically kind of what I can see here. But what will be coming next in November of 2020, November 6, 2020, is the Eternals movie. Now, this is something that has been heavily rumored for the past couple years, to be quite honest with you. We had just now, in the past few months, started to getting casting rumors. And guys, this is a huge cast. This is like Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers-esque cast. Let me give you some background on the Eternals, because 9 out of 10 people are not going to know who they are. They were created by Jack Kirby, not by Stan Lee. This is all Jack Kirby. He wrote and drew and painted the comic, or colored the comic before the first volume of the Eternals. So this is his baby. Basically, they are a race of aliens, immortal people, who were created from humans by the Celestials. And basically, their backstory is that they are an immortal race that fights the Deviants, which is another immortal race that was formed from humans as well. In the movie, it sounds like they're going to be sent to Earth to defend the humans from the Deviants that are on Earth as well, that were sent here by the Celestials. Apparently, they've been here for thousands of years, millennia, and they've just been walking among us. I've heard rumors that the movie is going to be taking place thousands of years in the past. From what I see here's during the Comic-Con presentation, it may be taking place during the present day as well, or integrating, because it says that they've been here the whole time. Maybe that be leading up to a sequel, bringing them up into present time. But yeah, it's just they're very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. They are eternal beings, and they have kind of godlike powers. So really quick, the cast is huge. I mean, there's 4 or 5 really well-known names here. A few that I've never heard of before. Let me just run through it really quick. Leah McHugh is playing Sprite. She is a little girl. I think she's maybe 10 or 12. She's actually really cute. She looks like she's going to play a good Sprite, who's actually a boy in the comics. But Lauren Ridloff, she's playing Makari. Makari is actually a guy in the comics, but they're doing a few gender swaps on this team. I really don't think it's that big of a deal for such a secondary character. It's not like you're... I mean, they even did it for Captain Marvel. You can really pretty much gender swap anybody, and it's fine as long as you stay true to the character. Anyways, Lauren Ridloff, she's playing Makari. Makari is actually deaf in the comics and in the Eternals movie, and Lauren Ridloff is actually deaf in real life, so she's going to be the first deaf superhero cast in a movie. Brian Tyree Henry, he is playing Phastos, who is a really smart guy of the Eternals. Ma Dong-seok. Shit, I don't know. This is a South Korean actor. He was on a really good zombie movie called Train to Busan. It's like super popular in South Korea. But this guy is playing Gilgamesh. He is just a massive dude. This guy looks like a really good actor. He's kind of a burly, heavy set dude. He got a mean face about him, so that's going to be some fun. Kumail Nanjiani, really funny guy from The Big Sick. He's a hilarious Pakistani actor, Pakistani American. He is just hilarious. He is playing who is he playing? It doesn't say here. Shit. No. Kingo. He's playing Kingo. Excuse me. Who's actually like a Japanese type god. I don't know where they're going to go with that. But yeah, that's who he's playing, and I'm really excited to see where they go with that, because when they bring funny guys who are known for funny and they bring them into these like action type movies, they usually do pretty well, like Chris Pratt. So I'm really excited to see that. Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek is playing the leader of the Eternals, Ajak, who again in the comics is a man. I think that she might be a secret villain, honestly. From everything that I've been seeing, I'm like, she's totally playing the villain of this movie. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but I think she might do some flipping. Richard Madden, Robb Stark from Game of Thrones. He was also just in the new Elton John movie Rocket Man. He is playing one of the leaders, pretty much the main Eternal, even though he's not the leader of the group. He's pretty much the main guy. His name is Icarus. He has these really cool like energy manipulation powers. He's a little bit like Captain Marvel, like energy manipulation and energy blast and flight and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then rounding out the cast, this is probably one of the craziest castings for the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I've seen, and that is Angelina Jolie. She is playing Thena, one of the female members of the Eternals. And I was like, wow, they really got Angelina Jolie. And like, they really got her. Like, this isn't something that she has to do. Like, she's a respected actress. And it's just crazy to me that now, like Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, like Richard Madden, these are respected actors who don't take projects just to take projects. So I think that the MCU is really starting to get a lot of respect because of what a global powerhouse it is. People won't shy away from it because of typecasting after their role, or being shoehorned into superhero roles, or whatever it may be, cheapening you as an actor. I don't think that's going to be a thing from now on. So I'm really excited to see this entire cast. Like I said, Angelina Jolie, what the hell, in a MCU movie. That's going to be really great. That's going to be a really, really, really good movie. So actually, we're going to be going into 2021. We're not getting a show before this release, it looks like. And this is a big one. This is going to be another really big, diverse movie. And this will be on February 12th, 2021. And that is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Okay. Now, Shang-Chi, again, kind of like the Eternals, 9 times out of 10, people are not going to know who he is, his backstory, or anything like that. Pretty basic character, to be quite honest with you. In the comics, he's a descendant of Fu Manchu, and a lot of his stuff comes from Fu Manchu, which obviously has aged really poorly, that character, as it's basically just the most stereotypical Asian character of all time, and it's pretty racist. They have changed his character quite a bit, and I think in this movie that he's going to be connected to the Mandarin. Now, if you've watched Iron Man 1 through 3, there's heavy Mandarin references, especially in Iron Man 3. We think Trevor Slattery, aka Ben Kingsley, is playing the Mandarin, or is the Mandarin, but apparently he's just playing him. And then the real Mandarin was said to be still out there in this little short snippet, All Hail the King, that was made after Iron Man 3, so you got to kind of keep up. Anyways, the Ten Rings are the original organization that kidnapped Tony Stark in the original Iron Man. Obadiah Stane hired them to kidnap Iron Man, Tony Stark. So these guys go way back. Shang-Chi, I think, is going to connect because his father, I believe, is going to be the Mandarin in this movie. Shang-Chi, basically, let me give you a little bit of background on him. So he's basically just Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. He can harness his chi. He's a master of kung fu and martial arts. Like I said, he's a descendant of Fu Manchu. I think they're going to change it so he's a descendant of the Mandarin in this, and maybe like the rightful leader of the Ten Rings, or I don't know. But basically, they're going to be bringing back the Ten Rings. They're going to be bringing back the Mandarin, and it is going to be very, very, very true to Chinese culture, I believe. The guy that they cast as Shang-Chi, I've never heard of before. He's a young guy, just a few years older than me, honestly. His name is Simu Liu. I'm really sorry if I'm saying that wrong. We're all going to know how to pronounce his name soon. But he is really awesome. He came out on the stage, legitimately, the first thing he did was greet the crowd in Mandarin, spoke in full-blown Chinese, like just fluent, and then he was like, hey, by the way, did you guys get that? In just the most American fucking accent I've ever heard in my life. So this guy's going to be really, really good, a really good Marvel superhero. He's got a lot of youth to him. He's got a lot of charisma. He's got a lot of charm. I think it's a really good choice. I think it's a really, really good choice. Again, Simu Liu, he's a 30-year-old from Toronto. He's a stuntman, and I never seen him before, so I'm really excited to see what he does. Let's move on to the second show I believe that we're actually going to be getting from the Disney Plus platform, and that is WandaVision, and that is coming out in spring of 2021. These shows don't have exact release dates, just kind of holiday or months of when they're happening, seasons, if you will. But WandaVision, it is coming out in spring of 2021. It is taking place after Endgame, and based on the title, it will be following Wanda Maximoff and Vision. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. I mean, Vision, we obviously saw, got killed in Infinity War 2 times. Like I just said, it's going to be set after Avengers Endgame, so there might be some multiverse action or some type of time travel. I don't know. I've heard that rumors that it might take place in the 1950s, and there might be some like retro travel. I don't really know. That one's really up in the air, but Kevin Feige specifically said on the stage that this is going to be one of the weirdest things that they've ever done. So I'm sure it's going to get really, really interdimensional, and like it's going to take us a second to wrap our heads around. But the reason I say it might get interdimensional and multidimensional is because this leads directly into the May 7th, 2021 release, which is another movie, which is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Just nipples got hard. When I saw that shit, I was like, yo! I jumped up and down. So, yeah, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, I have seen rumors that this is going to take place. I didn't know this was real. This is fantastic. WandaVision is apparently leading directly into this movie because Wanda Maximoff, Elizabeth Olsen, the Scarlet Witch, will be in that movie alongside Doctor Strange. So I believe that this is going to get really weird. It's going to get really, really weird. Like we thought that Doctor Strange, the first one, was crazy. This one's going to get nuts. They also have said that this is going to be the first scary movie from the MCU, first scary horror Marvel film. It still will be rated PG-13, but it is going to be scary apparently. And Scott Derrickson is returning to direct, and he's a really good director who does really good horror movies. So let's see what happens. I mean, I'm excited. I think that's probably one of the ones I'm most excited for is the Doctor Strange sequel, which is a long time coming. I mean, it's 5 years out basically without a sequel. So really excited for that one. We are getting a treat. Basically, I think it will be spring more into summer of 2021. But this is going to be another Disney Plus show, and this is one that we've heard rumors about for a long time. And Endgame pretty much led up into it. And this is the Loki series. Yes, that is correct. Loki is getting his own series on Disney Plus that will be premiering in the spring, summer of 2021. It's apparently following Tom Hiddleston's Loki directly after he grabs the Tesseract in Avengers Endgame, and he escapes into a different dimension or wherever. Kevin Feige was very, very tight-lipped on it, but that's what it's going to follow. It won't be an alternate. It won't be like him going to an alternate time. It won't be a younger Loki. It will be that Loki from Endgame that we saw escape with the Tesseract, and he's going to be doing some crazy shit. So spring 2021, really excited for that one. 3 more releases coming on this slate. That is officially summer of 2021. We're getting the first animated series from the MCU. Now, this is specifically from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that'll be animated. So from those producers, it'll be Marvel's What If. If you're not familiar, way back in the day, Marvel would put out What If comics. What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? What if Steve Rogers never became Captain America? What if Ghost Rider was the Silver Surfer? I don't know. Just some weird stuff. And they answer those questions, and they basically take a look at the reality in that issue or that arc of what would happen if that thing happened or didn't happen or whatever. I've heard rumors that the first episode is actually going to be what if Peggy Carter took the serum, the super soldier serum, instead of Steve Rogers, and she became Captain America. That'll be cool. Obviously, they have to do it in animation so that they don't waste the time and money on actually getting the live action stuff to do it all over again. But apparently the voice or the actors of the original MCU characters, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, everybody outside of Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to reprise their roles in voice acting formats. So looks like Robert Downey Jr. is actually done, but I think the What If is going to be a really fun series to watch if you're curious and you're unfamiliar with the older comics. That'll be a fun one. And then we're getting our fall 2021 release for the Disney Plus channel, and that will be Hawkeye. Hawkeye is getting his own solo TV show in fall of 2021 on the Disney Plus platform. Basically, it's going to be following him, I think, post Avengers Endgame. I think it might dive in a bit to him being Ronin, and I think he's going to train either Kate Bishop or his daughter to be the next Hawkeye. There's not a lot outside of that. I know Jeremy Renner's getting a little older, if you will, so this might be him, like he'll be in the first season and he won't be in the second season, and that's where he passes the torch. I don't know, but we'll definitely see where that goes. I'm excited for that show. I think it'll be really good for Jeremy Renner. I mean, he's been here forever, and he hasn't gotten the credit he deserves, the love he deserves, I guess. But yeah, I'm really excited for that one. I think he's going to kill it. He's a great actor. So this is going to round out everything that we have announced for Phase 4, formally announced with the release dates. There are some more that he talked about, but basically this last movie that we're getting on November 5th. Am I saying that? Am I seeing that correctly? God damn, my vision is so messed up. November 5th, 2021, we are getting, guess what we're getting? This one really hit me in the feels and the deals and the biggies and the reels. We're getting Thor 4, Thor Love and Thunder. Chris Hemsworth is coming back. Tessa Thompson's coming back. Taika Waititi is coming back to direct and play Korg. And this was probably the biggest announcement. Miss Natalie Portman is making her return as Jane Foster, and she will become Lady Thor in the movie. Now, if you're not familiar with the comic, there was a comic run where Jane Foster got cancer. She became worthy of the power of Thor and became imbued with the powers of Thor after receiving Mjolnir. Basically, she was a bad bitch, okay? She was badass. I don't know how this movie is going to dive into that. Mjolnir is gone, obviously, after Avengers Endgame, except I think Cap put it back. I don't know where they're going to go with that. This will be after all the multiverse stuff has happened, so maybe they'll dive into that. But I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to make Jane become Lady Thor. What's the context going to be? Is the real Thor, Chris Hemsworth Thor, going to have to fight her? Is she the villain of the movie? I don't know. I'm very, very interested to see. But I know Tessa Thompson is coming back, like I said. I know Chris Hemsworth will be there, and I know Natalie Portman will be there. Is there a love triangle there? I don't think so. I think Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie is actually gay. I think she said that on stage, that she's looking for a queen, which is great. Let's get some representation up in there. Whether she falls in love with Natalie Portman's Thor, I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of... It's kind of risky bringing Natalie Portman back after her talking so much shit about the MCU, but we'll see. She's a great actress, and she's really, really, really smart, and really, I like her a lot. I've always loved Natalie Portman, so, I mean, maybe she'll kill it. Maybe she'll kill it. But that's basically, I mean, guys, that is 10 projects from Marvel, and we're getting a fourth Thor. Like, that's the coolest thing ever, that have been formally announced. Now, they just went off, and like I said, an hour and a half presentation this past Saturday, and they just took it all. They took everybody's fucking money, and they're going to take my money for the next 2 years. I'm just going to spend every single cent I have on Marvel movies, and I'm just so excited. It's just amazing. And then Kevin Feige did go on stage to unformally announce the ending of Phase 4, maybe into Phase 5. He did say that Black Panther 2 is taking place. We just don't know when. Captain Marvel 2, same thing. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we have to wait until James Gunn is done with the Suicide Squad remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it. And he also said the Fantastic Four are in pre-early development. The X-Men and the Mutants are in pre-early development for Phase 4. And he announced, as the very last thing, Mr. Mahershala Ali. I don't know why I always want to say Mahershala Walker, but Mahershala Ali, he was in, he just won an Academy Award. I cannot remember exactly for what movie, but he was in True Detective for a long time as well. Fantastic African-American actor. He was cast as motherfucking Blade. Yeah, baby. He was cast as fucking Blade. They're remaking Blade. They're bringing Blade back into the MCU. I've heard after the announcement that that's actually not taking place until Phase 5, but they wanted to get the casting out early with such a good actor. It's going to be a fucking awesome movie. So Blade is coming back. X-Men's coming back. Fantastic Four is coming back. Guardians coming back. Captain Marvel. If Black Panther, just this is gonna be my life for the next 10 years. This is gonna be my life for the next 10 years, and I'm so fine with that. I'm so fucking fine with that, you guys. Thanks for sticking around. This is kind of a longish podcast. I don't know. We're up there in numbers. We're about 30 minutes in. If you're still listening, you obviously wanted to figure out what happened at Comic-Con this weekend. So thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Whatever you're doing, I always appreciate it. Like I said, doing a lot of school, doing a lot of work. So the video consistency and the podcast consistency might drop a little. But I'm here for you guys. And I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to maybe make some funny videos on Instagram, put out these podcasts, and I'll keep you updated on the Marvel Universe, guys. Really excited about all these 10 projects coming out. Tell me what you think. Are you excited? What are you most excited for? I'm pretty sure I'm most excited for Thor, Doctor Strange, and Shang-Chi. Those are going to be some sick fucking movies. So let me know what you think. Hit me in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram, of course, at GarzaNate. Search the hashtag TalkingTommyRot. You can find me there. You can find all my posts. And we'll see you around. I very, very much love you. I very, very much appreciate you. And all gods be to Marvel unto thee, and peace be with you. I don't know what that means, but you'll figure it out. Bye.